Today is a perfect day for upgrading the car. Check this out, there's snow, the weather is just about 0 degrees, and I've decided to change my downpipe. Now this is probably one of the most stock cars that I've seen. The only thing that is changed is this upper intercooler pipe, which I changed the last episode. And if you watch that, you'll see that the gains are pretty negligible. It's just a bit of better throttle response. So the car is absolutely bone stock. So today I'm gonna change the stock downpipe, and I'm gonna provide you with the before and after results, because I have the virtual dyno. I'm gonna do some logging, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how much performance you gain with just changing the downpipe. Okay, here's the downpipe. You can see the welds, I think, are quite well done. I mean, at least better than my welds as for now. Although this is something that I'm not really a fan of. You can see there's a gap between the pipe and the flange, and the welds on the back are good, but I don't like that. But yeah, this thing costs a fraction of let's say what an MA performance downpipe would cost, so I'm good with that. And I'm not sure if those are gonna be a deal breaker for me. I think it shouldn't be causing any problems to the car, but I don't know, I might end up slicing those things off, but I'll see. And before I move this and install it into a car, I'm gonna wrap it, at least the section from here to the soft connection. This is gonna be wrapped to prevent the excessive heat, which is currently polluting my engine bay a little bit. So yeah, this is the tape that I'm gonna be using. You probably are very familiar with this brand. I'm not actually, but I've read that it's pretty much the best. So I'm gonna wrap this and I'll come back to install it in the car. And here's my first ever heat wrap of something. It didn't turn out good, but for first time I'm happy, and it should do the job. Now this downpipe, as you can see, I've removed some of the bolts for the heat shield because it was doing some buzzing noises, and it's still doing them at around 2000 RPM, and that's because of the heat shields. They're rusted a little bit, so hopefully I'm gonna fix that as well when I change it. And I'm not sure if this is true, but I feel like those buzzing noises are causing some knock at around like 5000 RPM, and I really hope that when I change the downpipe those will disappear, which will mean that I can go a bit more aggressive on my tune. But we'll see that after we change it. I'm gonna do some testings before I change the downpipe, and I'm gonna do some testing after that, and we'll see the difference. And in terms of how I'm gonna proceed with that, yeah, that's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna try to remove I think there are 3 bolts that can be accessed from the top, and then I'm gonna put the car on a ramp, and I'll have to lay down and try to unbolt the lower part. Also, I think the catalytic converter, the bolts there are a bit rusty, so hopefully I can remove them without a problem. But with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so here's our first very real problem. This ramp that I have is it's touching the front bumper just a little bit, so I'll rotate the car the other way because it's a bit of a hill, and I'll try to see if this will make the car a bit higher in the air, so that we don't touch the ramp. So I got it up in the air. I turned it out, but it didn't. It was rubbing, so I ended up adding this wooden plank here, so it bumped the car up a centimeter, which was enough to get it up without scrubbing the front bumper. And yeah, we're ready to begin working on it. Unfortunately, I haven't removed the bolts here, so now I'll have to use, I don't know, some sort of ladder or something to access them, but we'll see. I'm gonna start from the bottom first anyway, because I'm not sure if I can screw that catalytic converter bolt easily. So yeah, I'll start from there and I'll let you know what's going on. Remember guys, safety first, so I added this rock on the back wheel, and I'll add this little brick on the other one. I have my handbrake on, but just in case something happens, I'll be hopefully safe. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is spray some WD on those two bolts, and then I'm gonna try to unscrew them, and if this works, I'll continue with the rest. If not, I'll do it some other day. For the top ones, I think for now I'll try to do it without removing this component, but strut bar, yeah. I'll try to unscrew them with this wrench. So this one is accessible, and as you can see, I've loosened it. This one here too, this one is also loosened, but now I'm gonna try to reach the third one, and if there is that one, I gotta see actually, and if I can't do it, I'll have to probably remove the strut bar, because otherwise I can't even see a way to access that. The third one I managed to reach with this wrench socket and a little bit of extension, so I'm currently removing it. So I think there shouldn't be any more on the top side, but I'll let you know if I find anything. So here's another bolt, the fourth one from the top. As you can see, I stuck the extension there, and I've loosened it up, so I'm just unscrewing it with hand, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here's the fifth one. It's right there. I don't know how the hell am I gonna remove this. I can't even focus it. And as you can see, I'm looking for below the car, next to the front right wheel. I don't know, I guess I'll have to see. So I finally removed the other one. It was very difficult. I ended up removing the heat shield, and removing is a bit of a not correct thing to say. I basically hit it until it broke up. As you can see, it's a bit rusted. So yeah, after removing that, I was able, from the last place you saw me film, from here I was managed to reach it out with this extension that I built, and yeah, I was able to unbolt it. And now I think there's only one thing left, this stud, which is basically a nut on this side, and there's a screw on the other side. So I don't know how I'm even gonna reach that. I don't see it. I see on the internet that it says that I have to remove the wastegate, but yeah, I'll take a look into that and I'll let you know. Okay, sun is about to set in probably an hour. It's getting -1, -2 degrees, and let me show you how I'm dressed. Imagine it's a bit cold, so I'm calling it a day for today. I'm gonna do this next time I have time, but at least I have some improvement made. I managed to remove the bolts, added the heat shield so you can see, but I added all of them back, but instead of one, the one that took me 1 hour to remove. So this one is staying off till the next time. And the other thing, which is a bit of a success for today, managed to remove this heat shield, and that heat shield I think was causing some troubles, because at 2000 and then at high RPM it was making these buzzing noises because of the rust. Basically it wasn't right on. So I think this will make the car run better. I'll do a test because I feel like some of the NOx is coming from that, but I'm not sure, so we'll see. Anyway, that is gonna be for today. I'm not gonna obviously upload this. I'm gonna continue filming once I have some time and the weather is a bit warmer, but I think I was quite close to being ready. So I think there's only one nut left on the other side to be removed, but I read that I need to remove the wastegate, so I'm leaving that for some other day. And then I have to cut the bolts for the catalytic converter because they're quite rusty and I don't want to deal with that. I have new bolts anyway. So yeah, I'll be back when the time is better. Okay, so it's been a week and something since I left the car, and tomorrow I'm continuing the work, but I'm just doing some preparations so that tomorrow will be easier for me to work. So what I've done is I removed the strut bar, I removed the heat shield on that side, and right now I'm going to show you how to remove the final nut on the driver side. This is, some people usually say, is the most difficult one, but actually for me that's not really the case. It's actually quite easy, but the problem is that you just need to have the proper tools. So I tried with this 14 mil. I tried with a straight one. The straight one fits in, but just don't have enough wiggle room, so it couldn't be done. So I ended up using this one. So as you can know, you can just flex, twist it, and it's, I don't know what's the mechanism called. Anyway, with this I was able to screw it, actually loosen it. I haven't removed it yet, but let me show you. And actually for this you can use your phone as well, because it's going to be much easier as you don't have visibility on that actually. So basically you put your phone behind this, actually somewhere around here to the wastegate rotor. I don't know what this is exactly, and you will see it. So this is the one bolt we already removed it last week, but I've of course obviously had it back. So here it is, and just right beneath it you can see the other nut. Here it is. So turn this around, and as you can see I'm using my phone to navigate, because I actually basically don't see anything, but my phone acts as something like a mirror. And as you can see I'm inside, and usually this is the wiggle room you got. As you can see, not a lot, but it's something, and it's enough to loosen it. After you loosen it you can remove it by hand. Nothing else fits there. You can see the space, look at that, that's less than a centimeter, so only this type of tool will fit. So after you remove that, I'll head home, park the car in the garage, and tomorrow I'll continue with the rest of the things, which are I think it should be the O2 sensor and catalytic converter bolts, and hopefully that should be it. And of course I have to remove those bolts, but after I remove the heat shield, just look at how easy they are to access. So that's gonna be easy job. By the way, here is the other tool that I try to use to loosen it. As you can see, it just bent all over the place, even sideways. So yeah, it's easy when you have the proper tools. It's difficult and it takes hours when you have things like that. Time for second try. As you can see, today is sunny. It's probably going to be 17 degrees Celsius, so perfect for work, no wind. And this time I've came prepared. I removed the front bumper to be easier to, you don't need to do this, but because of those rails they are too low, so to avoid rubbing I just removed the front bumper. Here, as I showed you yesterday, the strut bar is removed, the heat shields are off, the passenger bolt is loosened up. I'll quickly remove those three. Actually, they're just those three left. I didn't bought the other ones, so just those three. But I'm going to do that later. Right now I'm going below the car and I'm going to try to unbolt the O2 sensor. Okay, so starting with some good news today. I just sprayed out with some WD-40, waited few minutes, and I managed to break it loose quite easily actually. I'm very surprised and happy. So it's 22 mil, push it that way and it's gonna come, hopefully gonna come loose. These bolts, man, they look so bad, but the angle grinder's gonna take care of them. Right, so bolts are removed, but I think I might wanna remove one more, which wasn't removed until now. You can see this here, but this is removed, but the actual piece of metal that is holding it might prevent me from taking this one, taking a downpipe backwards to slide it out. So I'll probably remove this bolt too. Doesn't seem like tough one to remove, so yeah, I'll remove it, and after that I'll go cut the bolts on the catalytic converter. Da-dun-dun, da-dun-dun. Okay, I got them. They're off, but unfortunately I saw that the other side of the flange is also welded, so I will have some problems installing this back. I probably am going to have to remove the catalytic converter itself and just drill new holes, but that's not important for now. I just want to go and try to pull it to see if finally it's going to come off. Okay, so I will try to remove it from the top. Hopefully it works from the first time. So yeah, after removing the bolts, everything just came off. I had to wiggle it a bit, but it's off now. So I'm just gonna try to pull it up and see if I can pull it up. So one more thing that I'm going to remove is the final bolt from this heat shield. It's in my way of removing it from the top, so hopefully if I remove this I will be able to pull it out, because as you can see, I'm almost able to do it. Pulling it from above didn't work that well, so I just brought it down and I unbolted this, as you can see. So I'm gonna try that way, the bottom half from the bottom, the top half from the top. Oh yeah, check this out, we've got it, it's out. I'm not sure if I can believe still, but yeah. So let's do some weight measurement, starting with this. Let me start my weight meter. Okay, so this one is about 2 kilograms. Okay, and this one, let me see how to put it. Okay, so this is about what, 3.1. So in total 5 let's say 5 kilograms, 5.1, 5.2. And the new one, okay, 3.4. So that's 2 kilograms safe. Also assume that I have a flange here attached, which I don't need, but I just had it to test out, so it's probably less than that, but I'll just say it's 2 kilograms less, and it's 3 inch. This is, I think, 2.5 or 76 millimeters versus 63 or 65, I'm not sure. Now guys, is installing it back, probably I don't have to explain, but it's much easier. This one is, although it's wider, the pipe, the actual overall dimensions are a bit tinier, so I just swiped it through the top and it went straight in. As you can see, it's just aligned. I haven't screwed it up. I'm not going to add the stud on the driver's side. I just don't want to go through that again. Hopefully it doesn't leak. Probably won't leak. It has other like four other bolts. I'm just going to add a gasket. I bought a new gasket, OEM one. I'm going to add it, and I'm going to start screwing these things, and then we're gonna head to the bottom of the car to see what to do with the catalytic converter. Alright, ready to bolt it up. Check what I did. It's not the best job, but the holes are free, and I'm going to install. These are 10 by 35 bolts, stainless steel. I'll add some of those for stability, not to come loose by itself. Yeah, and the gasket, this is a 76mm gasket, but it should work for the catalytic converter. So yeah, let me tighten this up and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, it's in, and the only thing left is this. You know that one, right? So I have to connect that. Everything else is assembled. So yeah, I'll add this bolt somehow, and then we are hopefully won't have any leakages, and we can go test it out, do some virtual dyno and so on. Tip on how to poke the last one from the top and then tighten it from the bottom. Use your phone, locate it. Where is it? Here it is. And then with your other hand, try and reach it, just like that. Okay, so I've been driving the car for about a day, so I can give you some results. But first, before I show you the dyno, I just want to let you know how I feel. So the car feels, I don't know, way more responsive, between 2000 and 3500 RPM. So definitely improvement there. Actually, just right as I left my workplace, just felt very different. So just touching the pedal just like instantly put you back on your seat. So yeah, I was very impressed with that. The higher RPMs, I mean, I can't really tell, they felt a bit faster, but I'm not sure about that. But definitely improvement in response time. Now for the dyno, those are runs both before and after with stock tune, and as you can see, there's pretty much no difference. I mean, this says there's like few horsepower difference, but if you check the graph, as you can see, it's pretty much the same. These are just deviations, but it's prone to happen in a virtual dyno. They're pretty much the same. The boost level is pretty much the same. So yeah, the thing is that this starts really from 3000 RPM up, so you can't really tell the difference in the lower RPMs, but it definitely feels like it. And yeah, it's probably more of a response time than actual power increase, at least for the stock tune. And let me show you the tunes. See, and here's the difference with the tune. So again, not a lot, but the feeling that I was getting while accelerating was kind of different. It was quite, at least it felt like it was pulling quite harder. And one actual difference that we have, and it's quite good in my opinion, as you can see the horsepower level is similar, but check out the boost. The yellow one is the after, so the boost dropped. It's now 1.4 bar and it was 1.7 almost. So for me that's actually quite good, and it's consistent across different runs. So yeah, that's quite good. It means that we kind of lost pressure, but we maintained the power. So I guess that's, in my opinion, it's quite good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I gotta apologize for the test results. I didn't record them properly because I recorded it before, like a few days before I actually went and did the upgrade, so the weather was a bit different and so on. But anyway, I can tell you for sure that the difference is there and it's quite good. I mean, the car feels much better to drive, so I'm happy for that. The installation, as you saw, it was terrible. I had some sort of piece stuck in my beneath my skin. I had to remove it the other morning. And overall, is it worth it? I would say definitely worth it, because this is, even if we're not seeing that much of an improvement now, we'll definitely see once we upgrade the catalytic converter, which is my next step. I'm going to be making my own one. So yeah, if we only upgraded the cat and not the downpipe, it wouldn't be that big of a difference. But if we upgrade both of them, I think that will result in some good gains. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. Probably the next video is going to be about the cat. And something else that I saw, once I changed the downpipe, I started hearing a bunch of noises that I wasn't hearing that much before. The turbo spool is, you can hear it better, and you can hear the intake. I'm on a stock filter, but you can still hear it sucking air, so it's actually quite good. And also there was this rattle from the heat shield that was annoying me. That's gone because we don't have any heat shields. We have heat wrap. So yeah, and I'll check this, but it feels like the knock has gone away. I had some knock at 5,000 RPM. So yeah, I think we managed to fix that too, but don't quote me on that. That's just my assumption. And what else? Yeah, if it's your first time heat wrapping something and you go to test it out and it starts smoking, don't panic. Actually happened yesterday when I drove the car home, and I was like, I thought that some cable was touching the downpipe or something like that, but I opened the hood and I saw that the heat wrap was smoking, and I read online and it said that is normal. So yeah, it's gone now after probably 20 kilometers, so it's all good. So to conclude, after 200 kilometers the car has been running really well. I'm very happy with the improvements, and also there were no leaks, fortunately. As far as the heat wrap, this thing is, I'm very surprised how well this is. I mean, here, if I don't have the heat shield, I can barely keep my hand after some driving, and once I put my hand here where the heat wrap is present, it's just cold. I mean, I was able to touch it after driving, so it's really cold and it's so doing its job, and I'm very happy with that, because as you know, Evos are a bit I mean, they're heat polluted in the engine bay, so that's very good. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Next step is the catalytic converter. I'll do the same thing before and after run, and with the downpipe and the cat I'm expecting some good gains, but yeah, we'll see next time.